Hello, people, and welcome. My name is D Hop, author, TV, film producer, entrepreneur, a host of other things. And beside me is my beautiful wife.
Jillian. Just licensed master social worker, chill, cool girl.
Today and every day y'all watch, y'all gonna hear some cussing, y'all gonna hear some debating, we argue. What else we do?
Fussing. Real talk. Shenanigans and a whole lot of other BS.
But we are, as well, the hoppers. And this is marriage.
And margaritas. So today we come in to talk to you about a little bit about ourselves and basically how we got started. So we ain't gonna go too much into details. All I'm gonna say is we got married during COVID. And yeah, that was some heck of a roller coaster ride. So let's just give a little feedback about that.
I loved getting married to you, right? That's the main thing. But doing it in COVID, the shit was a headache. I wanted to choke you 1,000 times. I don't know if it was you per se, or it was just like everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was hard. It was hard.
I mean, I think it was challenging just because, like, the fact that we were going through a pandemic and planning damn sure was not easy. So planning with you was not easy either. There was too many different things we had to change, and I think you wasn't very receptive to some things. Ooh, big words, big words.
I don't. I don't know. I don't know if you can say I wasn't receptive. I think what it is as a girl, right, as a woman, right.
Yeah, because I'm not a girl.
But when you was a girl, you had this grand idea of what marriage, what your wedding was gonna be like. And as a dude, me, I'm just more or less like, whatever you want is cool. But then I think for me, I felt like you was pushing the envelope. So it wasn't that I was being receptive. I wasn't being receptive. I felt like you was trying to be a pushover. It's like, okay, he's gonna give me everything I want, so I'm gonna push it. Okay, I want this, I want that. I'm like, hold on, like you can't get everything. And I just think that's where the push and pull came.
That could be so. I mean, right about now, I'm glad that we did, get everything done, and we was able to successfully get married during COVID. Thank God for that. But now, I guess the bigger issue is like, now where do we go from here? Because we're still stuck in some contracts with venues. So I guess just like that part for us is a little bit challenging and frustrating. So I don't know if any couples out there is still planning to get married or got married during COVID or can relate to the fact that now you're stuck in the contract and you're trying to figure out when you're going to have your goddamn reception. So hopefully y'all could get y'all reception going and we could get our reception going and have a grand old ball of a time. But I think most of all, one of the things that you want to think about is, I guess, what would you say in terms of like, I think for me, in terms of like getting married, if you're going to do it, you don't need to be all extravagant. I think your love could show in just something small and simple and cute and fun, and just make it personable for who you guys are. So you don't need to get all crazy. If getting crazy and extravagant is your style, then okay. But if that's not your style, I think keeping it simple and cute is good enough.
I'm not gonna tell a person. Like, I agree with you to some point, right? It's not really about the glitz and glamour. See, but when we get married, when we going through the process, when we putting the wedding together, that wasn't the thought. It was, I want the glitz, I want the glamour. Even me, I felt victim, like, nah, I want this. Remember, I want the glass, the mirror for Al and all that. Like
The mirror for.
yeah, I'm like, fuck it, we gonna do it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? But after we got married, and I think maybe like leading up to maybe like the August, so maybe like April, like once COVID hit, April, May, and then things really start coming to realization. I'm like, we don't really need that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it is about you and your spouse. It's about the couple.
I agree.
I think people, for the most part, get lost in everybody.
Right.
Right? Trying to please everybody else. They want to show out. You know what I'm saying? They want to show up, show out.
But you can't. That's only God.
Ooh. But I think for me, that's what it was more or less like. I wanted you to have, right? But then I thought, as we going through it, I'm like, we don't really need all this shit. But who am I to doubt your,
Right, my dream.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So
my dream of being the bride, walking down the aisle and being a princess. Right.
But so,
or rather a queen.
The queen, oh boy. What would you say was like the hardest obstacle during COVID? Because we're talking about getting married, not the initial planning, but once we got into it, we got the venues and all that. Like, okay, this is what it is. When COVID happened, what was your mindset?
I don't know. That's a great question. My mindset was just like, honestly, I was ready to just cancel. Like, forget it happened. Let's not do it. But, I thought, I'm just saying.
You never told me that.
I really did. I was thinking, like, let's just not do it. But in general, it's just like, all right, we got to push through and we got to figure these things out. So now it was almost like, it's like go time. Like, all right, plan again and figure some other method out. So my social work skills kind of kicked in. Like, you got to be the change.
Be the change you want. Yeah.
And then he's like, Nike, just do it.
For me, I think the craziest thing, even let's talk about before COVID even happened, right? We go venue shopping. We went to about 5 venues, I think. I think we went about 5 venues.
I don't remember.
But we got to one venue, it's like, oh, this is the one right here. We're going to do it. This is our venue. And then the contract came. Be careful of the contracts.
Yeah.
Contract said you can have 10 people. And it was crazy. It wasn't even COVID. It was before COVID. It's something like you can have 10 people in the dressing area. You couldn't bring it. You had to come dressed in your wedding gown.
Yeah. But I remember one valuable lesson was like, one person had told us, just make sure, like, I don't know if it's so much of be careful of the contracts. That's true. That's a good point. But I also think it's be careful of what the sales people, the banquet managers tell you.
That's true.
Like anything that the banquet managers tell you, you want to make sure that it's written down. Because come later on, they could easily say, oh yeah, I never said that. So you want to make sure that it's written down. Whatever is written, whatever is said, is written down.
Yeah, no, that's true. Because they definitely try to finesse us once or twice.
Right. And they still gonna finesse us.
They still got it. We still looking at the contract like, hold on, man, like this not right. But I agree. So for me, I think what made you pick the venue? I know people like, what made you pick your venue?
You did.
I did.
You went there, you did the whole video conference thing. I was already frustrated, tired of going to too many venues. The price was right. The ambiance was cool. I felt like it would just go with the flow. And so, I mean, for us particularly, we wanted indoor-outdoor wedding. So it had those features of an indoor-outdoor wedding. The name was pretty well known. The food was looking like it was pretty good, you know what I'm saying, on the little internet thing. So, right? So the food looked like it was good. So it was like a go. If it's like the food is pretty good, the ambiance is right, parking is easy.
Parking was easy. For all that money, you better be able to pull up and leave your car. Shit.
I think that's essentially when you are getting married, just make sure you choose something that works best for the both of you. Like I said from the get-go, make sure you choose something that works best for the both of you, because essentially it's not really about the wedding, but it's about the marriage. So as we talk more as being newlyweds, we can talk more about what marriage really looks like, because the wedding is just one piece.
Yeah.
That's here today, gone tomorrow, because the wedding went like that. But
it did.
Marriage part is where shit really hit the fan.
It did. For me, I think, I believe, like, when we started into the journey of wedding, right? Not marriage, just wedding. I had these ideas like, okay, it's gonna be this easy, 1, 2, 3, and it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And not even talking about the financial part of it, or you know, putting up with stuff from outside people that you think is gonna be there to hold you down, and they don't. I'm talking about internal between us, because I don't know what happened. Like, to this day, I can't tell you what happened, why we start fussing, why we start going at each other so much towards the ending of the engagement. And I think for me, well, I know for a fact, what got us through was that our foundation was God, and then friendship. And in reality, it was actually friendship, then God, because for me, you was my friend. Like, you was the homie.
And your boss.
And my boss. Yes, and my boss. We'll get into that story one day. And my boss. But I think for me, it was like, when we started getting to them rough patches, I was like, alright, this is my homegirl though, right? First, this is my homegirl. Then the spiritual side, the religion, you know, that started kicking in. Because I'm like, okay, I asked for this. I prayed for this, right? So I prayed for this, and I believe God gave it to me. Why would He take it away? So it was more or less like, I gotta fall back and really look at myself, evaluate myself, like, what am I contributing to this nonsense?
Right. I mean, it's true, because not everybody gets past the engagement stage. Like, being engaged, I think, like that song. I'm thinking of that. It's like you said. Nah, but for real, being engaged is like the blissful part, you know, because you're all happy to get the ring. As a female, you're all happy to get the ring.
It is a nice ring, too. It's a nice ring.
So, right, you're all happy to get the ring and stuff like that. You happy when you got it, like, yes, I'm off the market, all my single ladies, all my single. But the reality of the situation is, like, it gets tough, you know what I mean? And, like, when you really down to the end, you're like, do I really want to marry this person? Is this somebody I see myself with for the rest of my life? And you start being like, yo, I don't know if this is the person I want to be with. This is my last sexual partner. But, you know, you got to figure out what works best for you, so.
How many times did you break up with me in your head?
Oh, my God. Multiple times already. I still break up with your ass. I done divorced you several goddamn times already. But
the feeling is mutual.
I don't have an annulment as well. but it's cool. It works out, you know, and I think the biggest part is just basically, like you said, being friends.
Yeah. Oh, you're a good friend.
Oh, see, you about to cry.
No, not you are a good friend.
I'm a great friend.
I could borrow money. You know what I'm saying? I could come to you. I could get some sex. Like, who doesn't want a friend like that?
Exactly. You got margaritas.
Have margaritas.
Exactly. Right.
I need some more.
Oh, you need a refill.
I need a refill.
Dang, that was a good margarita, huh?
It is good.
Got you.
Hook up, rubber up. A little saucy.
I don't know. It's only a little sip left for you, but you know, we'll figure this out.
Yeah, make some more.
Yeah.
We can share.
Oh, thank you. Aren't you nice?
Not all the time. That's what you tell me.
No, you're really not, though.
Why do you think I'm not? Get over here. Let me steal your shot.
The cutting will be bad. You know how you be like, the cutting was bad.
Why do you think I'm not nice? Let's talk about that.
Is that part of this episode?
Alright, let's continue.
You went on topic.
Let's
So,
continue.
I think at the end of the day, don't you have to do a time check? Is it like, because it's only 30 minutes, right?
No, baby.
Just keep talking?
Yeah, it says 16.
Okay, 16 minutes. Okay, thank you. Okay, so what was you saying? Go back to it. The importance of being friends.
Yes.
Bam.
So, for me, like I said, friends, the foundation of our relationship
Mm-hmm.
is friendship and God. And I think with that holds us together.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
once we stop being friends, then I think the relationship is over.
I concur, because I think that if we were not friends, then I don't think we would have much. And I think in marriage, it's important. It's like an essential work and shit. Like, you gotta be right.
Get your vaccine.
Yeah, right.
Get your vaccine in this marriage.
No, you gotta be friends. You gotta be friends. That's what's most important, because your partner is supposed to be like someone who you can lean on, someone who you can talk to about anything, someone who you could share your most deepest secrets with and not feel like they're gonna violate you. You know, everyone is not a friend.
That's true.
And I learned that during the wedding planning. Like, everyone is not going to be a friend. For all my ladies, you might be, you know, doing some wedding planning, and it's unfortunate, but you're going to see who's there for you and who's not. You know what I mean? So, and I think that also plays a role. You know, you need your partner to then be supportive when you be like, that motherfucking bitch. You know what I mean? So, obviously, you don't want him to side, but you want him to be like, you know, try to deter you or something from cussing her ass out.
A neutral party.
Something like that.
I'd be like, fuck that.
Yeah. We ain't got balance with that shit. You be like, let go. I'd be like, no, hold on.
Nah, I think that's more about my background, how I was brought up, things I went through. It's just like, it's no, you know, for me, it's no gray area. It's black and white. And I know that's not a good way to be, but for the most part, it's like, you with me or you against me. It's no wilding or what they call that in the fence. Like, I don't do that shit, because that's not the kind of person I am.
There's no wiggle room.
Yeah, like, if I'm for you, I'm for you. If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you.
Right.
There's no in between. I'm not gonna come to a party and give you a dap because you're at the party. You at the party, I'm gonna walk past you like you're not there. That's just how it is.
Yeah, see, I'm so friendly. We're so opposites. Opposites do attract, you know what I'm saying? But I think, just going back to it, I think just like, when it comes to marriage, it's just like you said, it's just important to be friends and to be on the same page with each other. You ain't got to have the same likes or the same dislikes, but you got to meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, compromise. Compromise, trust, and respect. I think them three things are big pillars in the marriage.
Yeah.
In any relationship, but definitely in the marriage. You gotta be able to trust your partner.
Right.
You have to respect your partner as well as your partner respects you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I just think those are.
The trust comes in different forms. It's not just like a trust of your partner with like, oh, I trust my partner not to cheat. Because I think as a female, if I'm saying I'm gonna marry you, I'm giving you my heart. So I gotta trust that you're not gonna crush it. That's a whole different kind of trust.
Yeah,
because you don't necessarily need to cheat on me to crush my heart.
That's deep. Damn, that's deep. That's deep though. That's true. That's true. That's true. And that's crazy because I would say, speaking for men, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least for myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the major things when I think trust, right? Like, I ain't gonna cheat on you. I'm not out here slinging cock. Like, nah, I'm about you. But you broke my trust in other ways.
Right. You could break my trust in many other ways. It's not just like if you slept with another woman or not. You could be the most loyal man, but you could still break my trust in different ways. You know what I mean? So I think that's important.
Like, if I'm lame to this conversation, what other issues, what other trust areas, what would it be?
I just drank this margarita. You want me to say that? Nah. Nah, outside of breaking my heart, it could just be like, you know what I'm saying? It's like something that could be like deal breakers for me or something like that. Like, I'm just trying to think of like some examples of things I know you've done that you have kind of broken my heart upon. Well, I'm not going to say you broke my heart, because obviously I wouldn't be here today if you broke my heart.
So what does that trust look like? What, outside of cheating?
Nah, I mean, outside of cheating, I mean, I think in every woman it can be different for her. But for me, it's like there was a point in time when I'm going to just kick it, like just be real with it. You know, there was a point in time where I didn't feel protected by you. Where I felt like if someone was to do something to me, you wasn't there as a protector.
Damn.
It's fucked up, right?
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, but you know, shit happens, right? So I felt like with that, how can I entrust my most sacred piece of my body to you, which is my heart, if you cannot protect everything else? How could you protect my heart?
All right. What time is it? Because I think we gotta go to the next episode.
No, because you want to get into it.
But I could think of one or two times. I know I could think of one time that couldn't be true, but it wasn't. That was perception.
But my perception is my reality.
This is true.
So your perception is your reality, and then that moment, you violated my trust for you as a protector.
Right.
And I think every female looks at her partner like he's my protector. That's my big bear. If somebody comes against me, he's gonna growl. You know what I'm saying? But like, if he doesn't, you're like,
then
yo,
a little different.
Yeah.
I get you that. But that, me talking about trust and different forms of trust, that also comes down to like love languages, right?
I believe that.
So
I believe love language is very important, and I think that's a whole conversation in itself. That love language gets, you know, everybody don't know what their love language is. So that gets caught up with females, and I talk to some of my girls. It's like, he doing this and he ain't doing that, and he doing this, he doing that. Right, you're right. Because this is the way he speaks his language, and that's the way you speak your language. But if y'all don't connect together,
you gotta learn different languages. So I think it's 5 love languages, something like that.
It's 5.
You know what? Let's stop here. That's a good place to stop at. We introduce ourselves. We gave the people something to talk about, hopefully think about, and when we come back on our next episode, we'll pick it up with the love languages.
And why are they important? Because you damn sure don't want a nigga who gonna buy you every goddamn thing and ain't gonna show you no motherfucking love and affection.
I'm sure there's a lot of women out there that disagree with you.
Fuck
they
you,
like,
bye.
just give me the bag. I don't give a fuck. Just give me the bag.
That bitch still wants something. Even if that nigga secured the bag, she still wants some affection. So fuck that.
Well, that's something we gonna talk about.
Part my language.
Little potty mouth. That's the end of our episode. We thank y'all for tuning in. We hope y'all come back. We have a lot more information. We have a lot more marriage talk. And of course, we're going to have a lot more margaritas.
Ow.
This one was okay. I think we do something else next time. Spice it up. Maybe.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for watching. I'm D-Hop.
I'm Jillian.
the missus. And with that, we appreciate y'all watching Marriage and Margaritas. We holla at y'all in the next one.
Peace.
Cat steal a kiss.